Okay. So today I will be reading a book by Carlos Santana. Um, it's called When Angels Sing, and it's the story of rock legend Carlos Santana. This book, it's written by Michael. I'm going to try to pronounce these because this has got some Spanish in it, but I'm going to try to pronounce it the best that I can. Michael Mahan, and it's illustrated by Jose Ramirez. This book, it has won the Robert Subert Honor Book, and it also has the Pura Belpré Honor Award. Also, so let's get started. Okay, When Angels Sing. When you were born, your tia abuela called you El Cristalino, the crystal one. She thought the light of angels shine through you. Your father wanted to name you Geronimo after the brave Apache freedom fighter. He was proud of his mestizo blood, but your mother, as always, had a final word, Carlos. These really have some really good illustrations in this book also. Your father, like your grandfather before him, was a traveling musician. You missed him when he went away. You missed the soapy smell of Maya on his skin and the smile in his eyes. But most of all, you missed the sound of his violin. When he was home, people would crowd the square to hear him play. It was a sound that filled the world with magic and love and feelings and healing. It was a sound that made angels real. You wanted to make angels real too. First, you tried el clarinet, but the busy reed was too fussy for your nose. Then you tried el cornillo, grandfather's instrument, but the taste of brass was too bitter on your lips. Finally, you tried el violin. You scratched and squeaked and practiced so hard your tears stained its wood, but it would not sing for you, not like it sang for your father. There were no angels when you played. No, not yet, at least. When I am good enough, they will come, you thought. Okay. To you, life in Island de Navarro was a scandalous hide and seek played beneath the mesquite trees with your brothers and sisters. It was the plop plop of red ripe mango, the croo croo of chachalaca bird, and the bubble boil of paso on the stove. On special days, it was biznago, sweets made from cactus and alfaro, a kind of cookie made with dulce de leche. But life without running water and electricity was hard. And when the nibble sting of the chinos and pugas become too much, your mother sold everything and took you to Tij- Tijuana. Tijuana wasn't much better. Sure, there was fresh tamales and chilies, ropelas, and the orangey papayan and chocolate like mail, but colonial Libertad was still the ghetto, and you were still so poor. Soon you were dressed like a churro and playing two violin for 50 cents a song. La, la corachada, Bazami mucho, they said. Tourist music, you thought. But it was a way to make money, so your father forced you to learn more songs. Mozart, Brahms, polkas, boleros, gypsy music. You must put your heart into it, he said. You could not. This is not the music my angels want to hear, you thought. This is why they do not sing for me. Your mother knew you loved music, even though you hated the violin. One day she took you to Palardy Municipal Park with its bustling walkways and chimey carts. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but here at the top it's giving you dates. Like this says 1960 up here at the top, and the page before that had 1958, so it's kind of giving you dates of things. And this was 1955 in the beginning of the book. So now we're at 1960. Okay. So you heard the blues before, but you had never heard the music, how the music was made. You had never seen someone play la guitarra. At least not like this. The hair on your arm stood up, an angel's breath, you thought. Your father was always as usual, but your mother sent him a letter. After saving enough money, he sent home un guitarro. It was battered and bruised and beautiful. Sent to Carlos Santana. Hey, 1961. You found an old radio, took your guitar, and played along in a storage room in the dark because that was the only quiet place in the house. You closed your eyes and let your ears lead the way, and you taught yourself to follow the plunk of el piano, and the bounce of el baja, and the sway of el saxophone, and most importantly, the groove of la guitarra. You collected the ingredients and marinated your soul in them, and learned that playing the blues was not about the color of your skin or which part of town you came from. It was about feeling the music. You did not put your heart into it like your father had said. Instead, you let the music put its heart into you. I love that. Your family moved again. You liked your new house in San Francisco. You liked the running water and electricity, but riding the bus and going to school and making friends was hard, especially because you didn't speak English. They said, car antenna? And you said, no car, lost antenna. They called you a chili bean eater and gave you tests that you couldn't read and held you back a year because they thought you were dumb. 1963. So you ran away all the way back to Tajana, just you and to Gatara. My angels will come, you thought, and they will tell me I am good enough. You watched TV and improved your English and learned how to respect the song and its melody. But no angels came, and you started to wonder if they ever would. Still, when your family came to find you, you did not want to go home. 1964. San Francisco was a mess of music, just like the jukebox at TikTok Burgers where you worked. You washed pots and mopped floors and started a blues band and listened to Willie Bobo and the Beatles and B.B. King while the smell of Clorox burned your nostrils and tried to bleach your soul white. But you wouldn't let it. Just like your father, you were proud of your mestizo blood. See that? Your brother was living in the Central Valley. He was a campesino working the fields. Like so many migrant workers, he suffered under the cruel gear crush of exploitation under Cesar Chavez and Dolores Hirata started fighting back. Si puedo, they said. Yes, we can. This helped your brother, and even though you weren't there, it helped you too, deep in your soul. If they if they can, I can, you thought. So you kept playing and practicing and searching for your sound. One day you went to Aqua Park. Lost congos rumbled into your chest. There was a magic in their beat and breath, a breeze, a feeling, the breaking dawn of something the world had never seen before. And this too, Tuma, Taka, 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 Tu, Tama, Taka, Taka, was the beat of its heart. Maybe this is the music that will make my angels sing, you thought. So you took the sound of the blues and the brains of jazz and the energy of rock and roll, and to that you added the slow heart of Afro Cuban drums and the cilantro scented sway of the music you grown up with. There were a lot of brains in San Francisco, but none were playing much music like that. There was something electric in the air, and its name was the Santana Blues Band. Soon everyone knew who you were. Everyone came to see you. Everyone except your angels. Will I ever be good enough? You wondered. You were getting too old to believe in angels anyway. All around you, the nurturing light of possibility was beginning to glow. Martin Luther King Jr. was changing the world, and young people like you were too. You were taking your hearts and coloring them open and making the world a better place. And then the light was gone. He was gone. In the background, the bombs of Vietnam grew louder and louder. Suddenly, it was as if hate and fear had covered the world in darkness. But you knew music was light. You had seen the soul sound of your father's violin bring joy and hope, and you had seen it heal. So you kept playing, even though hate and fear were telling you and young people like you that you didn't belong, even though you didn't think you were good enough, even though there were still no angels. The Santana Blues Band was big in San Francisco, but there in New York at the Muddy Woodstock Music Festival where you were unknown, unsteady, and scared. But on that day, in front of more than 400,000 people you didn't know, you took the stage anyway. You looked out into the audience, hoping for a miracle, hoping for something to tell you that you were good enough, hoping you had been wrong to stop believing in angels. But there were no angels out there. There had never been angels out there, and suddenly you knew why. You took the stage and you stopped looking out and you started looking in, and at last you heard your angels sing. Author's notes. On the heels of this career-making performance at Woodstock, Carlos Santana became an international music star. Before world music was even a musical genre, Santana pioneered a unique sound that fused American blues, rock, and jazz traditions with the sound and feel of Latin American African music. Santana's band, like his music, was always multicultural. Despite last-minute pursuit issues, rain sound system malfunctions, and a host of other problems, the Woodstock music and art fair was a resounding success, attended by more than 400,000 people and hosted performed by the likes of music legends Jimi Hendrix, the band Sly and the Family Stone, and Joplin. It endures as a defining moment in American culture and music history. Today, it is considered the symbolic peak of the counterculture movement of the 1960s. And here at the end, it shows a picture of Carlos Santana. And that's the book, When Angels Sing.